since the 28th of August, Acts of Love has just really blossomed in so many homes. What I mean by that is, as you will see, and I'm not going to go in depth with what you have in your hands, but we've reached 12 states, and we went to the poorest parts of inner city poverty ground zero in those states. And to date, we've given away over 103,000 books. And that's a lot of books in less than 3 years. And the way we've done it is simply showing up with books. And for some young people, 80% of them don't own one or more books in the communities that we go in. They may rent them, they may, get them at school, but they don't have something that's their own. And so when we went to these cities, you've seen kids leave 12, 15, 20 books. Because not just because it's free, it's because they don't have it when they go home. And so it's just taking a life of its own. And we went from just giving away books to now beginning to follow up and work with kids reading through our home libraries. And so in Inglewood right now, there are 2 locations. One is a barbershop in which kids go to the barbershop and they get books. They read while they're waiting, read while they get their haircut, and they leave with that same book. And if you go to the barbershop often, which is usually once a week, that means that child is getting a free book once a week. And so in Inglewood, we installed that little reading area, library piece. We did that close to 2 weeks ago on a Thursday, and by Saturday the books were 90% gone because of just that longing to have knowledge from kids. And so now we're at finally the 3rd phase, which is the Family Literacy Academy, which ultimately is our way of beginning to work with parents and help them read so that families can learn how to read. When we have traveled into cities and even in Chicago, kids would get the books, but parents often were not around. So there's that dynamic of just kids raising kids, no family structure. And so the reason why we have the academy is to work with parents in a one-on-one setting, an environment away from the kids. Kids will have their own literacy activity, but to help them learn how to read in some instances, to show them different ways to implement reading and literacy in their home. So what we're doing with this academy is just once a month. We're doing 3 things. Number 1, we are feeding kids breakfast. When I say we overlook this food epidemic, it's really sad that for some young people, the only meal they get is when they do go to school. And when they go home, there's nothing. So kids are some eating once a day, or if they get to school early, 2 times a day. And that 3rd meal might not happen until the next time they get to school. So we're giving away free breakfast. We're feeding them good meals. And then we're just going to have fun. And then lastly, we're going to teach kids, go deeper into their literary skills as well as with their parents. The reason why we're only doing 1 location is this reason alone. This is not something that we're packaging up and selling in bulk, because we want to focus on one area in one city. Will we do 5 cities? Absolutely. But until we get Chicago running smooth, we're not leaving Chicago. And so that's the reason why we're only doing 4 of them, because each time we want to get better. So on Saturday, we only going to work with the K through 2nd graders in a shelter that is coming. So you have a shelter, kids from K through 2nd, and then their friends and their brothers and sisters that are in other grades. And then the next academy in April, we add on 3 through 5. Then we assess, and then we start the year 8 through 8, so we have the whole entire school. But what we want to do is perfect this to the point that it inspires other people to work with parents in literacy. It inspires somebody to make sure that, hey, these kids, make sure they have something to eat. Or it inspires families just to have fun. And so what we're doing is tackling a lot of issues around literacy. So the book is what brings everybody together. But at the end of the day, for just 3 hours, 4 hours a month, we're doing something to get kids away from the society that is so cold and so harsh. And so each and every last one of you are good people. Some I just met along the way. Everybody else I've known, except for 2 people in this room. And along the way, each of you directly and indirectly have inspired me. Acts of love can't happen unless there's love in the room. And so each and every last one of you have shown me love individually, and so collectively we are working together now to love more young people. And so the reason why you are here tonight is to look in depth into this, but moreover to see the need and to join Acts of Love in making sure that kids have simple food, books, and have just fun for just a little bit while they try to get away from the world around them.